Have you ever wondered why some people stay calm, even when the world is falling apart around them? This is the story of a man who used to lose control over the smallest things, and how one simple lesson changed his life forever. In a quiet town called Oak Creek, there lived a man named Daniel Reed. Everyone knew him, but not in a good way. He was known as the Angry Man. If someone parked too close to his driveway, he would shout. If a neighbor's dog barked too loud, he would slam the door and curse. If things didn't go his way, even for a moment, he would explode. To Daniel, the world was the problem. People are careless, he often said. No one respects anything anymore. His wife, Emma, would gently touch his arm and say, "Daniel, why do you let small things ruin your whole day?" But he would pull away. Because someone has to teach people a lesson. But deep inside, something didn't feel right. Every time he got angry, something else followed. Not relief, not satisfaction, but emptiness. A heavy silence, like he had lost something he couldn't explain. One afternoon, something small happened, but like always, it felt big to Daniel. A teenage boy accidentally kicked a soccer ball into Daniel's yard, breaking a flower pot. Daniel rushed outside, yelling at the boy, "Watch what you're doing! Are you blind?" The boy apologized, but Daniel didn't stop. He kept shouting until the boy ran away. Later that night, Daniel sat alone on his porch. The anger was gone, but the emptiness remained. He whispered to himself, "Why do I always feel worse after I react?" That question stayed with him, and for the first time in years, he didn't have an answer. The next morning, something unusual happened. A new neighbor moved in. An old man named Samuel. He lived at the end of the street. He didn't talk much, but people said something strange about him. They say he's always calm. One neighbor said, "No matter what happens." Daniel laughed when he heard that. Calm! In this world, impossible. But something inside him was curious. A few days later, Daniel finally walked down to Samuel's house. Samuel was sitting on his porch, holding a cup of tea. He looked peaceful, too peaceful. Samuel smiled and said, "Sit." Daniel sat down. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then Daniel said, "I don't understand something." Samuel nodded. "Go on." Daniel took a deep breath. "Why do I get so angry and feel so empty after?" Samuel looked at him carefully. Then he asked a simple question. "When you get angry, who suffers longer? You or the other person? Daniel Posidol." "Me?" Samuel nodded. "Then your anger is not hurting them. It's hurting you." That hit something deep inside Daniel. Samuel stood up and brought out a glass of clear water. "Look at this," he said. "The water is calm. You can see through it." Then he shook the glass. The water became cloudy. "You can't see clearly now, right?" Daniel nodded. Samuel continued, "This is your mind when you react. Disturbed, unclear, lost." Then he placed the glass down. They waited. Slowly, the water became clear again. "This is what happens when you stop reacting. Silence, clarity, peace." Daniel frowned. "So what? I should just ignore everything." Samuel smiled. "No, you should choose how you respond." Then he said something Daniel would never forget. "When someone throws mud at you, you don't have to catch it." That sentence changed everything. The next few days were not easy. Daniel still felt anger. He still felt triggered. But now, he paused at the grocery store. Someone cut in line. His body reacted instantly. His heart raced. His fists tightened. But then, he remembered. Don't catch the mud. He took a breath and stayed silent. For the first time, he walked away without anger. That night, he slept peacefully. Days turned into weeks. Slowly, Daniel changed. Not overnight, but little by little. One day, a mechanic tried to overcharge him. The old Daniel would have shouted, but now, he smiled and said, "I'll go somewhere else. No anger, no drama, just control." But life always tests you. One afternoon, a group of men saw Daniel walking down the street. They laughed. "Hey!" The angry man is pretending to be calm now. They mocked him loudly. People stopped and watched. Daniel felt it again. The heat. The tension. The voice inside him screamed, "React! Show them who you are!" But then, another voice appeared. "Calm! Clear! You don't have to catch the mud." Daniel stopped. He looked at them, and smiled. "You're right," he said. "I used to be angry." Then he added, "But now I'm learning something better." They were confused. One of them asked, "How do you stay calm when we insult you?" Daniel replied quietly, "When someone offers you poison, you don't have to drink it." Silence! No one laughed anymore. Daniel walked away, and this time, his heart was steady. Months passed. People began to notice. Daniel no longer shouted. He listened more. He smiled more. Even when things went wrong, he stayed calm. Emma saw the change. "You're different," she said one evening. "다니엘 스미르다." I finally understand something. "What?" I was blaming the world for my anger. He paused. But the truth is, I was giving my power away. One morning, Daniel returned to Samuel's porch. "I get it now," he said. Samuel nodded. "Tell me." Daniel looked out into the distance. "I can't control what people do, but I can control how I respond." Samuel 스미르다. That's real strength. Years later, Daniel became known for something new. Not anger, but peace. People came to him for advice, and he would always say the same thing. Peace is not found in silence outside. It is found in silence inside. One day, a young boy asked him, "Do people still make you angry?" "다니엘 스미르다, sometimes they try." Then he said, "But the moment you stop reacting, you start living." Success is not about controlling the world. It is about controlling yourself. Sometimes the greatest strength is not fighting back, but staying calm. The moment you stop chasing reactions, you start finding peace. So next time someone tries to upset you, pause, smile, and remember, you don't have to catch the mud. Because real power is choosing peace. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment below, and subscribe to the channel for more powerful stories like this.